What's up, y'all? So as the first year anniversary of me getting this Jeep, we're going to top it off with some little cherries, if you will. We're going to put a brush guard on the front. It's going to be pretty sweet, as well as putting these lights on the front of that. It's going to make it even more awesome. To top it off, as you will, we got these KC lights, beautiful chrome ones we're going to put up on the sport bar, completing it with, of course, the covers. It's going to be great. Okay, so here's the brush guard in its entirety. It's one of those ones that are for cosmetic looks, not for actual functionality for hardcore off-roading. Pretty rough. Someone else apparently in the past tried to pull it with something maybe. Probably failed. You can see it's got some rust issues. Broken here. Probably can fix that pretty easy, I hope. Got to rebend that spot. Other than that, we're just going to shoot it with some paint, bolt it back on. So this piece of metal here is going to be a little challenging. Hopefully I can just beat it or bend it back in strength. As you can see, there's still some rust, but using some Allen wrenches, this connection here, I was able to get that tube back on. Everything a little bit more strengthened up. Okay, so I got set up out here. My spare bumper for the Jeep. Took this hammer, got a good little hit, and started to adjust. Threw some water out. Wherever that came from, I don't know. So I'm going to set the camera up and do some slow-mos for y'all. Let's see how it turns out. Hopefully I don't destroy it. So you can take from this that is bent more the other direction. So I got it mostly straightened out. I got a little bit of adjustment here to do. This side's a little off. I mean, I believe these are just cosmetic pieces. They don't actually attach anything, so I could leave it the way it is, but I might as well just try to make it straight. Check this out. That thing's just chocked full. Let's see if I can get it better. Chocked full of rust. It came back off again. I'll have to use some kind of sealant to hold it on, but that is full of rust bits. So using my breaker bar and the adjustable wrench, I got it straight as I'm going to get it. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. It's going to be pretty sweet, and then we'll get it sanded down and painted. Actually, this thing doesn't weigh a lot either. Just got to figure out how to grab it correctly until we get it all fixed up here. Now the next thing we need is sand it down. Set it down here. I got some really low grit sandpaper. My sandpaper choice right now is going to be this bandsaw grade 120 grit toilet paper. I should take that stuff right off. Gonna give it a good old college try here. Getting smooth. A little bit more elbow grease would be pretty nice. Pull off some of his accessories. And I'm going to finish it up with some flat black paint. I know a lot of this may seem a little bit boring, but that's alright. You got to see how it works. I'm not going to save you one savory moment of me sanding this down and making it restore beautifully. But hey, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to look pretty sweet when we're done. Alright, so I'm going to take this in a little sliver here. What I'm going to do is just take it just like this. It gets a lot smoother. The thicker the grit, it's going to pick up a lot more. Of course, it makes sense that it's going to be like this on the bottom because that's where the water always sits. Just slowly go around. Repetitious moves. Opposite elbow grease. And friction burns. Gets it really smooth. There might be a little bit in the holes there, but that's alright. I'm not going to sandblast it or nothing. I'm just going to get it ready, prime it, and paint it. Call it a day. We also got some other spots here where the powder coating's coming off. It's good if we could just scrape those as much as we can. Try to get all those little spots like that. Other than that, we're going to prime it and hope it goes good for the ride. Okay, so that's kind of roughly done. I'll have to get the fine stuff to do the rest of it. But you're kind of getting the idea at this point. It's going to look sweet. Alright, so there you have it. Like how shiny and clean that looks. Well, that's just it. I just used water and sandpaper. I haven't sanded it yet. I mean, painted. That's going to be the next step. Just imagine though. Okay, so there we have it. Primed. Ready for a good coat of paint. Use self-etching primer. They even got the joints there. Alright, so we just finished priming it. Now we're going to paint it with a flat black paint, and that will make it look a lot better. It's going to be pretty cool. So I'll be using this flat black here. I actually could have sworn I got semi-gloss, but well, since we have it, we'll see how it goes. So that's the finished thing in the sunlight. Forgive that annoying birds that always seem to be above me every time I film anything. So anyways, we got this all done up. We'll start it off here. And that looks special coming out like that. It's turning out alright so far. I mean, it's flat black, so it's going to go away from shiny to not see the end result. Okay, so here it is, finished in its entirety. Turned out very good, nice and straight. Let's see where I sealed it with some gasket sealer. Now it doesn't move. Looks beautiful. But the next thing we're going to focus on is this over here, the hood latch. You have to take this stuff off here to access it because the hood just sits really low on one side. It's the piece in question. Well, that's the part's going in. See how low it's sitting right here. So the hood sits down a little too low on that side. To get to it, I'm hoping just take this headlight off and maybe the bolts that's right behind there. That's my hope, because I really don't want to have to take this whole front face off again. Special. How often does this happen to you guys, huh? First time I've seen it. Funny part is that headlight still works. Thought some shiny still in there though. Alright. What I'm doing is taking off the metal shroud here. Don't mind the light. It's got the one spring. Loosen that a lot. Went up here, loosen a lot. Now I get full access to it using this 10 mil. Just go right onto it. It looks rusty, but it's actually almost finger tight, which is awesome. It's almost like I'm pulling a lobotomy on this. So I got the bolt out. If all goes according to plan, which it never does. I don't remember, but there's another bolt that goes there. Is that one threaded? Yep. Another one. Guys, I got super lucky. So put this under here. It actually has, well, it's not on it, but it's the same spot. It has enough clearance so I can totally adjust it without having to take off this whole face. So that's a ×2 lucky there. How cool. Okay, so that's all out. Finger tight. It's just simple. Just pulling it out like that. I won't leave that there because I'm probably going to need it. And this guy, greasy as can be. got this thing mocked up. Stick's holding it. Temporarily mounted. Our warp brackets goes on in 4 spots. I knew the hardest part of all this would be the measurement, hopefully. So this, of course, nothing's straight on this whole body, so I just kind of try to measure it the best I could. Need to tape measure. Some wood things here on the edges. That thing. I'm using the slats on the grill. It's got holes mounted here for fog lights on the factory. But best I can tell, that's not exactly lined up, but this thing wasn't a wreck on the front before too. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get ready to drill these holes here. Hopefully this bumper's not super thick enough where my drill can't do it, because I don't know if I got the right drill bit. But that'll be our next step. So we're going to take this Sharpie here, kind of make a spot there of general vicinity, and we're going to do that all the way around and drill after that. I'd recommend starting with a smaller drill bit versus a fat one, so you can drill your pilot hole first.
Okay.
Made that mistake. And always wear your safety glasses. So now that your holes are bored out really well, you should be able to get on each one of them. That'll drill a little bit more. Got a little vacuum job, and then we'll go ahead and mount it. Helps to have the hardware on standby there. So there you have it. Ain't the prettiest thing, but I'm not looking for that. Functional. This is cosmetic, as we said before. Just gotta put the nuts on here. I'll fish my hand back here and hopefully get them. Looks great though. Love it. That didn't make y'all excited. Check out these. These are LED. Nice vent cools on the back. They just simply fall into these pre-drilled holes here. Of course, getting your fingers back there is a whole different story. Sometimes I wonder if we're supposed to like put all this on before we put the brush guard, but they're fully adjustable. Should be a good spot where you can see it. Of course, I have to have these adjusted max so we can get the full view here. Wires don't make it much more or less challenging, I should put. Enjoy watching my backside while I put this on, but up there in computer land, what's a little moment of reveal to wait for? Anyways, it can be slightly more adjusted. Okay, so how these work, pretty straightforward. Just mount right into these holes here. And the hardest part can be just mount it with one hand using the hardware given without it falling down, of course. Just simply tighten it up. Of course, it helps to know which way you need to turn it. Today we're not going for an official install because I'm going to have to take all the stuff back off to paint it soon. It's more or less just getting it where it's positioned where it'll look cool. Like I said, roughly mounted, super shiny. The wires will bridge in with the old ones. I might just replace them anyways because they come down here. I have to drill a hole in the bed, but I'm going to get this whole thing rhino lined, so Like I said, this ain't an official install. Of course, top right off, right? They just clip, snap right on there. So anyways, they do have official way they go on. They have a notch down here. Yes. So we got that traditional. We got this other kind of cover. I haven't decided which one I like better, but either way, they're both really cool. I have a feeling these ones won't, the black ones won't get thefted as easy. All right, y'all. As you can see, it turned out beautiful. Can't wait to get it all wired up and painted. It's gonna be super. I'll have to show you some nighttime pictures when it's all up, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. See ya.